We held the first of the Ashland Folk Festivals in May of 1968. Our plan was to have it outside in the ravine because it provided a nice natural amphitheater. We built a nice little stage there, set up a sound system, and things were going good when we first started out that Friday night. But the weather didn't cooperate. It started raining, and then it really started raining, and we all got pretty wet, and some of the electrical equipment shorted out, so we figured we'd better move inside, and we traipsed in to the Alvord Theater, which is where we held the rest of the festival. One of my favorite memories from that first evening in the Alvord was a song that was sung by Pam and Lisa Phillips, two sisters from Ashland that had a beautiful harmony. And it's a very old song. It's called Rollin' on a Winter's Night. I've always liked that song, and I'm going to sing it for you now. Drinking good old wine, thinking about that pretty little gal that broke this heart of mine. She's just like a yellow rose, blooms in the month of June. She's like some musical instrument that's just been laid. I love her till the sea runs dry, till the rocks all melt in the sun. I'll love her till the day I die, though she will never be my own. Perhaps it's a trip to a foreign land, a trip to France or Spain. But should I go 10,000 miles, I'm coming back again. Who's gonna shoot your pretty foot? Who's gonna glove your hand? Who's gonna kiss your red ruby lips? Honey, who's gonna be your man? Papa will shoot my pretty foot. Mama will glove my hand. Sister will kiss my red ruby lips. Boy, I don't need no man. Rolling on a winter's night, drinking good old wine, thinking about that pretty little gal that broke this heart of mine. Rolling on a winter's night, boy, that's a sad one for you. I'm going to play a tune for you on the Shingo. That's what this is right here. This is the Shingo, and I did say it is the Shingo. It's not a Shingo because there's none others like it anywhere that I know of. Let me tell you a little bit about it. When I was going to Northland a couple of summers, 1969 and 1970, I had to hitchhike out to Colorado and plant trees in the mountains outside of Gunnison. And in between tree planting jobs, we'd hang out in the little town of Crested Butte. And it was there I met a fella named Alan Sugar. And he made this beautiful little instrument out of leftover cedar shingles from a barn roof and parts of a broken chair that was broken in a tavern fight. What do you think of that? Well, I turned 21 that summer, 1970, while I was in Crested Butte, and Alan gave this to me as a birthday gift. I'll play a little tune on it. This is called The Bravest Cowboy. Cowboy that ever trod the West. Been all over the Rockies, bullets in my chest. 1863 I joined the Emigrant Band. We marched from San Antonio by the Rio Grande. Flop hat, my saddle too was fine. When I spied the pretty gal, you bet I called her mine. Courted her for beauty, my love it was in vain. They carried me down to Dallas to wear that ball and chain. I'm the bravest cowboy that ever trod the West. Been all over the Rockies, these bullets in my chest. That's the Shingo. My freshman year at Northland College, I lived off campus in a house 1021 Vaughn Avenue. I drove by that place a few years ago. It's not there anymore. And I want to tell you up front, the reason it's not there anymore has nothing to do with the fact that I lived there my freshman year at Northland. I was there with 3 roommates, Tom and Chuck Perry, and John Everett. In fact, it was their idea to start the Folk Fest in the first place, and that was the spring of 1968. It was Tom's idea. He said, just for a joke, let's call this thing the first annual. Well, I guess it turns out the joke was on us. Anyway, I had been playing guitar about 4 years when I came to Northland, and I was playing mostly with a flat pick, strumming, and a little bit of pattern picking with the finger picks. My roommate John Everett showed me how that you could finger pick actually a melody and a backup both at the same time. And he got me interested in Mississippi John Hurt. And this is a song from Mississippi John Hurt I'm going to play for you. It's the Ballad of Casey Jones, the railroad engineer. Casey Jones was an engineer, told his firemen not to fear. Said all I want is my water and coal. Look out the window, see my drive wheel roll. Early one morning, 'twas drizzling rain. Lay round the turn I saw the passing train. In the cabin sat Casey Jones, a noble engineer, but he's dead and gone. Casey said before he died, fix the train so the bums can ride. When they ride, let on ride the rods. Trust themselves in the hands of God. And Casey said before he died, 2 more drinks that he'd like to try. Conductor wondered, Casey, what 2 drinks could that be? It's a glass of water and a cup of tea. Oh yeah, that was the only 2 drinks he hadn't tried yet. Here comes the engine, climb aboard the train. We're gonna ride on the rails again. Swift as lightning, smooth as glass. Hold your hat when that engine goes past. Hold your hat now. Casey Jones. You know that part of Ashland north of 6th Street between Ellis Avenue and Vaughn Avenue? Nowadays there's a big shopping center there, bank, a couple of baseball diamonds, I'm not sure what all else. When I was going to Northland, there was only just a couple of old warehouses and mostly a train yard. And one time I was cutting across that train yard, kind of kitty corner from 6th and Ellis over to Vaughn Avenue, and I got to humming a little tune. It was a Woody Guthrie song I'd heard. One foot up, 1 foot down, one leg up in the hole in the ground, and Lord, Lord, walking down the railroad line. And I got to thinking about that. I got to thinking about a slightly different tune and some different words, and by golly, if it didn't by the time I got to Vaughn Avenue, I had a song called Riding on the Northern Line. Track, a hat on my head, a shirt on my back. Leaving this town, I won't be back. And I ride on the Northern Line. Oh, I ride that Northern Line. Walking this freight yard long and wide, looking for a boxcar I can ride. When no one's looking, gonna climb inside. And I ride on the Northern Line. I ride that Northern Line. That old train is straight and long. Jump on board as she rolls along. It's time that I gotta be moving on. I ride that Northern Line. Oh, I ride that Northern Line. Out here in the wind and rain, I'm watching people getting on a passenger train. I had money, I'd do the same. I'd ride the Northern Line. I'd ride that Northern Line. Kicking up cinders, kicking up sand. I'm riding out west to the Rio Grande. Tumbleweed blowing across the land. And I ride that Northern Line. Ride that Northern Line. Walking up and down the railroad track. Got a hat on my head, a shirt on my back. Leaving this town and I won't be back. And I ride that Northern Line. I ride that Northern Line. Oh, I ride. On the Northern Line. Riding on the Northern Line. Well, thanks for listening, folks. Happy Folk Fest. Boy, it's great that it's still going. To think that it was 53 years ago we got this idea, and here it is. Stay safe. Get vaccinated. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. We'll see you down the road.